Hey there gamers, and welcome back to the channel. We have a lot of exciting things to discuss this week. Of course, the biggest news is that the Dreamlight Valley team has officially posted their Starpath emoji clues. So we'll be opening today's video by discussing what the next Starpath could potentially be before diving into everything related to Refresh Day. In honor of our new Alice outfit, I'll be doing this week's premium shop breakdown in the Ever After, and there's definitely no shortage of unique and interesting items in the shop this week. After discussing this week's premium shop lineup, we'll take a look at everything Dreamsnaps, checking my rank to see how I did on the April Fool's Day challenge, before revealing my submission and diving into this week's new challenge. So I hope you're ready because we have a lot to talk about. Before we get started, I'd like to mention that I'm a small full-time content creator, so every like on this video can make a tremendous difference for me. Consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you would like to catch more of my content, you can find me live on Twitch Monday through Friday. Links to both my Twitch channel and Discord server can be found in the video description down below. And with that out of the way, let's get started. So as I stated in the intro, the first order of business today is going to be Dreamlight Valley's newest post, stating one drop of curiosity, a sprinkle of mystery. The next Starpath teaser is ready. Can you guess what wonders await from the emojis below? The first pair of emojis appear to be a teapot and a fountain. The second is a crown and a heart. And the third is a blossom and some music notes. Now we know the approaching update is going to bring us the Cheshire Cat. And from looking at these emojis, I think it's pretty clear that this is going to have an Alice in Wonderland theme, with the biggest giveaway being the crown and the heart for Queen of Hearts. But if you're familiar with Alice in Wonderland, I feel like the other emojis are pretty easy to guess as well. In fact, I think these might be the easiest emoji clues we've ever gotten for a Starpath teaser. So we're going to head over to X or Twitter and we're going to talk about what people are saying and what they think these emojis are hinting at. Looking through the replies here, Sunrise has some really good pitches. Teapot, fountain, Queen of Hearts, outfit, or herself. Well, it's not necessarily herself per se, because these emojis are teasing at the Starpath, and we do not get characters from Starpaths, so I'm guessing outfit. And lastly, they guessed singing flowers, and then they showed this gif of these singing flowers from Alice in Wonderland. I don't really know what else a flower emoji with a music note emoji could be. I feel like it has to be this, but I am really excited to see how these work in game. Flowers have always been such an exciting thing to decorate with, and if they're moving and singing, they could have some really fun animation qualities, making them very, very useful for Dreamsnaps, which is usually the first thing I think about whenever we get anything new. Now, interestingly, Dreamlight Valley did reply to this with some more emojis like a sparkle, the flower, and the eyes, so I think they're kind of saying, yeah, you guessed it. We have another user here stating the same, teapot-shaped fountain, Queen of Hearts, singing flowers. Dreamlight Valley replies, good guesses. Manny here says Alice in Wonderland Starpath. I think it's pretty safe to assume that's going to be the case. Cress here, I think, is right on the money. Teapot, fountain, Queen of Hearts costume, and singing flowers. So yeah, for these emoji teasers, I think, like I said, these are the easiest clues I think we've ever received, and everybody seems to be on the same page about what this Starpath theme is. Though I am curious as to if anybody out there watching this video thinks it's something else, like if you don't believe it's Alice in Wonderland themed, I feel like it has to be. We know we're getting the Cheshire Cat, the emojis are just directly tied to Alice in Wonderland, and I don't think it could be any more clear, but I am genuinely curious as to if there's anybody out there that is being contrarian and saying, no, it's going to be something else. Let me know in the comments if you agree with what everybody's guessing with these emojis or if you disagree. Personally, I think everyone's guesses are spot on. I think this one's pretty clear. And with that, let's dive into this week's premium shop lineup. The first thing I want to talk about is this Alice and Wonderland costume. Now, I know this outfit is going to run you 1,750 moonstones, just as most costumes or major outfits do, but I think it is entirely worth getting. I have no doubt that sometime during the next update, we're going to be getting some Alice in Wonderland decor-themed Dreamsnap challenges. And I just think having this outfit for those themes or that theme is going to be so useful. Not to mention, it's just a really cute outfit. I mean, there are a ton of Alice in Wonderland fans out there, so I think this is going to be really popular with or without Dreamsnap challenges. Though I do wish the outfit had a tiny bit more utility. The black ribbon in the hair, it is part of Alice's outfit, but because of that ribbon, you will not be able to equip hats or any kind of headwear. Of course, you can still wear glasses and earrings, but hats are off the table here. And since the outfit also includes her stockings or socks and her shoes, you won't be able to swap out shoes with the outfit. Not that you would need to. The outfit could potentially perform well in an outfit challenge if it's high value and you can get some high value gloves, bracelets, glasses, or earrings on top of it. In fact, I think this outfit actually has all 4 tags for this week's Dreamsnap challenge as well. But since it does occupy so many of your outfit slots, I think it's going to be more useful for decor challenges. Either way, I definitely think it's worth getting because of what the next update theme is and what the next Starpath is going to be, unless you're just not into Alice in Wonderland at all and you don't care much about Dreamsnap challenges or having an outfit that works well with them. And to be fair, I am sure there are other outfits that are going to work well with an Alice in Wonderland theme. It does look like we're getting a Queen of Hearts costume in the Starpath, so you don't absolutely need it, but personally, I did not want to pass on it. Now, the Alice costume dress is not the only new wardrobe item in the shop this week, as we have also received the Eeyore bunny ears and tail. Now, this is only going to run you 1,200 moonstones for both, and I do think the bunny ears can be really cute and fun for any kind of Easter challenges or wildlife challenges, critter challenges if you want to do something with bunnies. And the Eeyore tail is pretty fun. I love that it's got the little pin on it. But out of everything in the shop this week, if I had to choose something to pass on, it would probably be this, even though it's really cheap. Don't get me wrong, they're fun items. I just think the other 3 things in the shop this week are going to offer a bit more utility. And at least for me, I feel like they're a bit more fun. But like I said, I do like the ears and the tail. I did get them. They're cute. They're fun. I just like the other stuff more. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about here is the Spring Honey Bundle. And I've been pretty excited to get this bundle ever since it was leaked by the Dreamlight Valley Leaks Discord server at the beginning of this update. It comes with a lot of really fun items, and I think it's going to be really, really good for this week's Dreamsnap challenge. Now, as with the Alice in Wonderland outfit, this bundle is going to run you 1,750 moonstones, but it does come with 6 brand new decor options. We have the Eeyore Spring Table, the Spring Egg Chest, the Spring Celebration Tree, the Spring Honey Pot, the Spring Duckly Bucket, and the Spring Honey Egg. Now, I did take the time to put all of these on pathing because I know some trees in the game cannot go on pathing. Most trees that actually count as decor can, and it's usually just trees that are in the landscaping menu that can sometimes not function with pathing. But before you guys purchase this, I just wanted you to know all of these items, of course, do in fact work on path. Now, the chest, there is a chest here, so some people may be thinking you can use it as storage, but unfortunately you can't. It's just decor, but I mean, that doesn't really bother me. It doesn't, it doesn't really look like you could put things in there anyway with like the big pile of eggs. It looks like it might be full already. The 3 small items being the honey pot, this orange egg here, and then this little duckly bucket. Not too much to say about them. They're cute, they're fun. I think they're gonna play really well in springtime builds or dream snaps. And thankfully, they're all quite small. Each one of these items takes up 1 square on the decor grid, making them very easy to utilize. Whereas the new chest takes up 3 by 3, and surprisingly, the tree only takes up 2 by 3. Now, this new table might be one of my favorite things in this bundle besides the tree. I love new items I can use in nature builds, and I just love trees, flowers, bushes, plants, things like that. But this table's my second favorite thing in the bundle. It is loaded with detail with this trim with the blue flowers, and then you have this arch over the top with the pink ribbon. Though because of that arch, the whole table is not loaded with placement squares. There are only 3, and they go straight across like this. But there's 3 placement squares and 3 new small items, so you can put all 3 of these items on the table. and then you can look at it from the side if you wanted to see them. The only downside if you do that is you can't really see that beautiful arch with the pink ribbon as well if you're looking at it from a side angle like this. So I definitely like the layout of the table. I love this ribbon, but yeah, with the way the placement squares are, if you do look at it dead on, you're not going to be able to see what you put behind the front item unless you put the smallest items in the front and the largest items in the back. Then you can kind of see them back there. As far as placement, it's not too bad. It actually occupies a 4x4 zone, but each one of those corner spots in the zone can still have items on it. So if I wanted to take these eggs and put them down here, I would be able to do that. Only thing is the decor mode can be kind of wonky, so it's not letting me drag the bucket into that spot. But what I can do is I can move the table, put the bucket there, and then move the table back, and it will actually work that way. It's just that since there's open grids here, by default, if I get close to that square, the decor mode wants to put it on the table. So if you want to use those little spots around the table, you're going to have to do that and then move the table into position. And lastly, we have a new topiary, which is the Hoppy Spring Topiary, coming in at 1,000 moonstones, making it the cheapest item in the shop this week. And I'm actually pretty surprised by this thing. It is really fun and really cute. There's like this big egg on the back with the flowers and everything, and then you have these little bunny eggs, and it's pretty wonky and fun. But what really surprised me with it is while I was filming my intro today, I didn't know you could sit on it, and Flynn just walks up while I'm filming and just plops down on it. And I'm like, what? It's a chair? So yeah, if you're using this in a dream snap, you can have villagers sitting on both sides. And I think that's really unique. I was not expecting that when I saw this in the leaks. I just thought it was going to be another fun, cute topiary, but it does have a little bit of functionality with a couple of spots to sit. Hang on, let me check and see if we can sit on the back too. No, it doesn't look like we can sit back here. So yeah, there's two spots. Villagers or your avatar can sit on the left-hand side and right-hand side. So yeah, overall, some really fun stuff in the shop this week. I must say, I'm really happy with this week's lineup, and nothing was terribly expensive. Now, of course, we do have some limited time deals as usual, so let's talk about those before we move on to Dream Snaps. First up is the Adventure is Out There balloon basket. This item was in the very first Starpath we ever received, and it runs 1,500 moonstones, but it is 10% off this week, meaning you can get it for $13.50. If you don't have this yet, it is definitely worth getting because it is such a big and tall item. It works really good in the deep background of Dream Snaps because it's one of those items you can see from a distance. Also making a return is the Wicker Sweetheart basket. Now, this item runs 850 moonstones, accessories are usually very cheap, and it's 20% off, so this thing is super cheap this week. The only issue is, you know, when a really cheap item has a 20% discount, you're not really saving that much. That said, it is a cute accessory, and I see people use this all the time in Dream Snaps. The only thing left to discuss now is Scrooge Shop pricing. And unfortunately, this table, the Eeyore Spring table, the one I absolutely love, has a really high price point on Scrooge. 17,600 star coins, making it the most expensive new decor item we've received since the Relaxing Oasis Retreat. Now, thankfully, the other items aren't quite as bad, but some can still be rather pricey. The Spring Egg Chest is going to run you 8,000, the Spring Celebration Tree 3,200, the Spring Honey Pot 3,000, and same for the Spring Ducky Bucket and the Spring Honey Egg. Lastly, we have our new topiary, which doubles as a bench, coming in at 5,000 star coins. So yeah, all things considered, pretty good week for the premium shop. I know this stuff can be seen as very seasonal and it might not have good year-round utility, but I love unique holiday decor, so I'm pretty excited about all these items. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And now let's take a dive into Dream Snaps. Okay, so we're about to see my results for the April Fool's Dream Snap Challenge, and I'm pretty excited to share this one with you guys. I think I had a pretty funny and clever idea, so let's check the mail. All right, score of 73.37, and we ranked 761. Very nice, back in the top 1,000 zone. Let's claim the moonstones, and I will show you my April Fool's submission. All right, here it is. This is what I put together for the April Fool's Dream Snap Challenge. I had a lot of fun making this one. again, and I just think it's so funny and silly. I love when there's an element of storytelling to a Dreamsnap challenge, so I definitely enjoyed putting this together. The reason I went with the bubble bath sabotage prank was because one of our tags was masks, but some of the masks didn't work with the Stitch hat, and I wanted to dress like Stitch, but this scuba mask did, and it had bubbles. And I was thinking, what kind of prank can I do with bubbles that would be kind of fun and unique? So I thought of this bathtub prank. The idea behind this dream snap is that Daisy and Donald were about to have a nice romantic bubble bath. At least that was until Stitch and I showed up and made things a bit too bubbly. We also sort of sabotaged their bathroom, and that's why you can see water shooting out of the toilet and out of the sink. For all the bubbles on the ground, I used the fairy bubbles you can dig up in Storybook Vale, and I crafted the floating bubbles, but I didn't put anything in the floating bubbles. I just wanted to just showcase them as regular bubbles. All the little purple bottles on the ground are meant to be like soap or bubble making liquid, whatever you want to call it. And then I also have those new bubble projectors slightly out of frame, and that's how you have the bubbles here at the bottom. My favorite thing about this photo would have to be Donald just huffing and puffing and staring at Stitch like he's so mad. And meanwhile, Daisy's just kind of over there unbothered. She probably likes all the bubbles. Thinks they're pretty. I don't know. Now, if you're wondering how I have all of these villagers in a bathroom, this is actually an outdoor build. I really hope they change this in the future, but we can only have one villager in our house at a time. And I would have loved to make this indoors, but if I wanted to use Donald, Daisy, and Stitch, I had no choice but to throw together an outdoor build and make it look like it was indoors. I did my best. I think I did a pretty good job with it. For the walls, I'm using bookshelves, and I'm using those little sushi restaurants for walls behind the bubble bath. I'm really happy with the way this one turned out, and I'm glad it got a good rank. If you came across this dream snap and you liked it enough to vote for it, thank you very much. And with that out of the way, let's take a look at this week's brand new Dream Snap Challenge. So our newest challenge is called Hoppy Days, stating it's the Valley's annual extravaganza. The egg hunt is on and fashion is blooming. Dress in a fun, bright outfit that celebrates the season. Our mandatory tags are lavish and playful, and our bonus tags are traditional and wondrous. So yeah, pretty fun challenge for this week, especially with all this exciting new Easter themed decor we got in the premium shop this week. Now I know this is an outfit challenge, but I actually love creating the decor scene for outfit challenges because you can be really flexible on what you can use when it comes to building the scene where you showcase your outfit. And with all these fun new Easter items in the shop, I think it's gonna be really fun to make like an egg-centric Easter build. So I'm pretty excited for this one. Let me know what you think. And with that, we've covered everything you need to know in this week's breakdown. If you found today's video helpful, informative, or simply entertaining, please do me a very big favor and press that like button. Also, consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. If you would like to watch more of my content, you can find me live on Twitch Monday through Friday. Links to both my Twitch channel and Discord server can be found in the video description down below. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you enjoy the future of Disney Dreamlight Valley.